we're going to start again. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live trading webinar. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of July, and a few more trading weeks. This one and the next one will be the trading weeks for the current month. So, myself and Admirals would like to really welcome everyone on board, and thanks for your ongoing support here on the lives. I'm sure you find a lot of value. Darshan, good morning. Darshan said that pound was strongly holding without much retracement, and that's true. Also, markets anticipating the interest rates not only in the UK, but also in Switzerland. You can listen to the podcast, and I give you a good way of thinking about this stuff. Mladen, good morning. Good morning, Mladen. Darshan, June, not July. You pay attention. Thank you so much. Yes, June. Senjig, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Sejing. Mogiol, good morning, Theo, and all. I missed yesterday. Didn't know you were back. Good morning, Mogiol. Mohammed, Salah, morning. Good morning, Mohammed. Jos, Carlos, good morning, all. Hello, Mr. Jos. Maria, Julia, hey. Good morning, Maria. Zarabayad, hello, my friend. Good morning, Theo. Mr. Carlos, good morning. Lighthouse, good morning. Good morning, Lighthouse. Athena, good morning, all. How are you doing, Athena? Mr. Carlos, could you please analyze DAX 40 in daily and 1 hour chart? Merci. Definitely, Mr. Carlos, we will do that. Cherry, my friend, good morning. It's been a while to see you around. And to everyone else, of course, there are a lot of people on the live and also on the Zoom. So good morning to everyone. Now let's get started with our risk warning, and simply it says that this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. If you didn't listen to the weekly podcast, please make sure you do that. Now I will stop going through the daily news events and analyze the events for the day, simply because I do it on the podcast. And guys, please, it's much better if you just go to listen to the podcast. And for those who are new and you don't know where to find it, in 1 second I will send you the link, and here it is. Florence, good morning. Good morning back to you, Florence. William says, good morning, Theo. How can I know when you aren't doing the morning briefing shows, Williams? And for the rest of you, if you just go to the website. Okay, so now I have to show you here. All right. Let me just share the screen, because I think it's important and everyone wants to know. So you should be looking the Admirals here where it says Investment Series. If you go to the education and you click on the webinar, you see here Admirals morning briefings with Theo, and you will see the dates. When I don't do the webinars, you won't be able to see the date here. All right, that will be the way to know when I do the webinars. So let's go back to the MetaTrader, and let's use this one. So guys, everyone can see the MetaTrader now? Please type a quick yes or no. Siras, I will switch and watch from YouTube. All right, if that works for you, absolutely. Okay, everyone can see the chart. So let's start with the pound US dollar. as Darshan also mentioned, that minimal retracement for the pound, and of course, the reason behind is the markets are anticipating some more bullishness for the interest rates. Therefore, we might see a strong continuation. Why I don't see my charting tools? So we do have a trend line, an uptrend line here, and the markets can, I don't see a strong retracement, to be honest, back to this trend line, especially if today we're going to hold somewhere in the middle of this bullish candle. But anyhow, we are bullish on the pound. It's in an uptrend, and we're going to be looking to buy. Lighthouse asked, did you guys have problem with MT5? I did have an issue with MT5 yesterday, so I wasn't able to show you and place trades on the MetaTrader. Now it's fixed. Next one, it's the euro against the US dollar. Same. Markets didn't sold off yesterday during the New York session, so maybe we're going to see some more continuation, or if we're going to see some complex retracement again in and especially as now I'm back to coaching and more intense. I do private coaching, let's say, and I see traders struggle when they cannot understand when is the retracement, when it's the reversal. Although I did a webinar for you guys and I explained this stuff. Now, at some point, we are not able to say exactly what the market is going to do, guys. You have to understand that because we have our rules and we have some tools we can use in order to determine and spot some areas where price might reverse or might stop and move to the opposite direction. If price doesn't do what we think it's gonna do, it doesn't mean we have to necessarily try to explain what the price did. All right, that's very important, because someone, for example, is looking at this chart. Now we do the analysis and we say that, hey, this is in an uptrend. Okay, if someone sees a red or black candle moving below this low here, they're going to go to the 1 minute, 5 minutes, and they're going to rush to sell. But we don't know exactly where the price might decide to move upward again. Therefore, we have to stick to some rules. And if we say that, okay, I see this pattern here and I identified an uptrend, what can I do here? I can wait. Let me spot an area where my price come back to retrace. So I can see this inside support. Also, we have this impulse candle that is the middle of the candle can act as support. These two areas, they pretty much match nicely. If we want an extra confirmation and we take, let's say, some fib retracement, the fib tool, let me just change the settings. So if we use, let's say, the 50% or 61.8% of this swing, we can see that the price is 1 second, guys, to find the box. So here is the area of 50% and 61.8%. So what can we do there? We can just wait for the price to retrace into that area. Now, if the price does not come to this area, we don't need to blame ourselves and go hard and, oh my God, what happened and I missed the trade. You didn't miss anything. You plan a trade, the price didn't come to your waiting area, and you're gonna look for the next setup, maybe in another currency pair or in the same currency pair, and you're gonna just be disciplined and consistent and persistent with your trading methodology. That's the only way to experience success in trading. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on. Australian dollar, US dollar. We identified now a weakness in the Australian dollar because we saw the pound and the euro holding somewhere in the middle of their impulse candles, above the middle, sorry. And we see that the Australian dollar, or if you listen to the podcast today, it was the Reserve Bank of Australia meetings minute. So some pessimistic about the interest rates or the overall economy most likely, and drive this market to the downside. But we have to see if the trend line of this, yes, we do have a trend line and it's been broken. So that's the first signal that we might gonna have a trend reversal. If we're gonna start looking for shorts in this market, the trend reversal occurs when we have a lower high and lower low. That was the break of the trend line. It's the first signal. Now, we have to find the swing low, and it's this one here, this swing. If the price is going to make a lower low, then we have a confirmation of the change of polarity. And we're going to look for the retracement just to sell at an advantage area. New Zealand US dollar, pretty much the same, but I see more strength on the euro and on the pound against the US dollar. USD JPY, it's a bit mixed here. Let's check the weekly chart. It's in an uptrend, bullish engulfing on the weekly. Although we said yesterday we approach this area of resistance here, and we might see some rejection exactly at this area. So be careful with that. But remember, the market, it's in an uptrend. It makes higher highs. Now, if you are a reversal price action trader, then you might look to do something here. But if you are a trend trader, you wait for the price to come back to the trend line or to this support area here, this area. Okay, and then you're going to be looking to buy it. USD Canadian dollar, I think it was Senjik yesterday, you asked me about this one, and I'm still looking for some areas to sell it and go short, to be honest. You see this price action clearly broke below the support. So, and the price didn't really push back above. It means the buyers are not that strong. We see small bodies here on the 12-hour time frame. I will be looking for somewhere here for the price. If it climbs up there successfully and get rejected, I will be looking to sell it. Euro JPY and pound JPY, of course, are on a bullish run because pound is strong, euro is strong, JPY is very weak. So we're gonna still be looking to buy it. When we start selling, good question. Now, if you want to take counter trend trades, like against the prevailing trend, always you have to look for a resistance if you want to sell. In this case, the next resistance we have is back from 2016, and it's this high here. At this point here, to try and get a bit lucky, yeah, maybe we can come until the middle of this weekly candle. If I zoom in, you can see it better. Somewhere here, but we don't know if the price is going to come all the way here. Why we don't know that? Because we didn't come from any strong resistance to indicate that there is a high probability of the sellers to be there and push the price lower. Guys, is that clear to everyone? Just bear with me. Okay. Let's find the DAX. And the rest, of course. So let's check the gold. If we start from the weekly chart, we see this rejection here. Now, gold is making this formation. So if we take as this low our low and as this high our high, we can go to a lower time frame and try to make a trading idea. Now, based on my 12-hour time horizon, I'm looking at a ranging, not even a ranging, that's a sideways market. So for me, guys, pay attention to this. That's crucial. For me, as trading the 12-hour candles, this market is sideways. It's moving nowhere. Therefore, I cross it from my checklist, from my watch list today. And for the next few days until we have a clear break. But for a trader that trades on the 5-minute chart, is looking for this uptrend now. And that's the difference. When do you determine that a market is ranging or a market is moving sideways? It doesn't mean that if you trade on the one time frame and you see something you don't recognize or you are not happy with that picture, you have to go to another time frame and try to fit a trading setup. And I see many traders, they do this all day long. And I'm calling you as a friend, as your mentor, as someone that you trust in your trading. Please don't do this stuff. Stay away of this behavior. You decide which one is your time frame that you execute. Stick to that time frame. You have your rules. I gave you the rules that I use numerous of times. You can use them. You can play around. You can twist them and find the best fit for yourself. And just stick to that and try to trade one setup for at least 50 times. One setup only, 50 times, and you're going to experience the trading from a totally different perspective. Now, unless you do that, you're not going to believe and you're not going to build that self-confidence and self-trust to rely on yourself when you trade. Okay, and remember, most of the times the markets, they don't give us the clarity we want. So we get losses and we get winners. We have the risk-reward ratios to use them on our favor. Okay. WTI daily chart. For a daily chart trader, this is in a nonsense environment. There is nothing to do with that. For a weekly chart trader, this is, let's say, bottoming here on a descending triangle, but do you trade weekly chart? It doesn't mean because you identified a pattern on the weekly chart, there is an execution method also on the daily chart. Sometimes it's not there. We identified a market structure, but we cannot precisely find our entries. If you are a 5-minute chart trader, you see this as a lower low, a non-failure swing, as we call it in technical analysis. Price make a lower low, and then it just snapped back upwards for a higher high. So looking for some 61.8% retracement, or to test this area of broken resistance, can act as a new support as per the change of polarity, and looking to buy it. Simple as that. But let's say you are an hourly chart trader, this is it simply doesn't say anything. Market is just moving in this nonsense environment. We don't know where it's going to go. Okay, it touched the support and it looks like it's rejecting it. Is it going to go all the way up here? There are strong divergences here. So there is no clarity in this time frame. Should we go to another time frame that we never traded just because we want to find an entry here to buy? No, we don't do that unless it's our time frame that we trade and we stick to our rule. Next, silver. Again, that's the daily chart. Doesn't say anything to me. Cooper, same. Bitcoin, weekly chart. On the daily chart is it's just moving we can say it makes lower lows, but again, I'm not gonna sell the Bitcoin. I just prefer to buy and hold. Let's check the DAX and see what can we expect it today. So yesterday we end up with this nice bearish engulfing candle. Today the market for this. So sorry guys, Ruben asked what do I do when I open the chart before I start trading the DAX? I look at the daily chart first and I see the previous day's candle. Because I scalp on the DAX, I need to know what the previous day pretty much did. So with these strong divergences, higher high on the price and lower high on the stochastic, on the RSI oscillator, it looks like we identified some kind of weakness in the market. Now, we identified the kind of weakness, but we don't know until which point this weakness is going to stay. What we know is if we observe the previous candles, we can find the most recent support, and the most recent support is down here. So I will be looking for the market, if it's continue melting, to test the support. Okay, so I pretty much have a room of opportunity for about 40 points, 400 points or 40 pips. Then I like to check the 4-hour chart and see if there is an obstacle like a support that I didn't spot from the daily chart. Now, this one here is a support in the market, and it looks like that the price broke below. This one here also is a kind of support, but that it's been broken. But I prefer this one because it's it's closer to the price action. Then I go down to the 1 minute chart or 5 minute chart, and I'm looking, ideally, I will be looking to sell, of course. And what I would like to see on the 1 minute chart, I would like to see some retracement before I sell. Now, market, it shows a clear lower lows and lower highs. So definitely I'm looking to sell, but there are 3 minutes left until the London Open. I will wish if those 3 minutes candles, they're going to be a bullish candles. So all these sellers, they take some profits, or maybe some people who are thinking that this move is over, they're going to start buying. Either way, it's fine with me. And I will be looking to get into the next move to the downside. So we'll see what's going to happen. That's pretty much how I read the market for the DAX trade. So let's wait a little bit and see what this might gonna do. Guys, any other currency pair that you would like to see analysis today? What did I explain you, especially using the Euro US dollar chart and about the time frames and the execution? Guys, does this make sense? Does it help you? Please comment on the chat below. Just give me a feedback so I know, and I am pretty much to get some understanding of where are you, or if you find this valuable, if you are okay by giving you some insights during the live trading sessions. Pound PK asked for pound JPY. We commented on the pound JPY and we said that market is very strong. We will be looking for some retracement to buy. 1 minute left. We had very, very minimal retracement. So maybe the market is going to just sell off before the London Open. So if we're going to go short, I will be looking with a sell stop here. And that's what I will do. So a sell stop here. Let's check the 5 minute chart. For a buy stop, I will go for a buy stop above the resistance, because if the market is going to move above the resistance, then it's a high chance to see some explosion to the upside and get the 10 points. Mogiol said extremely valuable. Okay, that's good. Radolf said always good value. Okay, guys, so I'll take this as a feedback that you would like to listen to more stuff. So the sell stop order got triggered, therefore I will cancel the buy stop. I will be looking for 10 points here. Radolf, we learned from you. Thank you so much. So let's check here, 9, almost 10. The spread didn't close the trade on the 10. I will be looking for a little bit. Okay. Guys, I'm out of the trade. I'm closing this position. 10 pips played out. Guys, did you understand how do we trade the DAX during the London Open? The scalping. It's just, you see, guys, I do the same thing day in, day out. I don't change time frame. I don't change the approach, nothing. The only thing I change is when I say I will place a buy stop above the previous swing high and a sell stop below the previous swing low, that's the only case I pay close attention to the market structure to see if there are strong resistance or support. I'm not going to go to buy the resistance. I'm going to let the market first to go through the resistance. Hopefully that it's not going to end up with a false breakout. Okay. But like this incident, the price, it came with a nice bearish engulfing. Today, we would expect to see at least some push to the downside at the London Open. So now we touch at the support. And if you guys are holding trades, you are profit on 30 pips. I close it on the, I think it was on the 10 pips, 11 pips. I close it, or 11 points. Now we are at this strong support. Market can definitely retrace a little bit if it's not going to break through. But again, we just express our opinion of what might happen. But by observing the price action at this area, we can get a clue of what's most likely it's going to happen. Before any price action setup appears that it's going to show buying pressure at the support, when the price touches the support, we don't know if it's going to break through or if it's going to continue to the upside. All right. Ruben said, I close 70%, move my stop loss 20 price and still on the trade. Guys, that's a good approach, yeah. But what you really have to also understand, I'm not saying trade to trade or occasion to occasion, but in general, to move a stop loss to the entry point without having a specific target, it's like you close the trade prematurely. And I can explain you in another webinar about this stuff. And I'm not saying don't do it. And I will never tell you what to do in trading. What I want you to know is what exactly you are getting by doing that. Okay, and when it's the ideal market conditions to do this stuff, to move stop losses, to take partial profits, and so on and so forth, because everything comes down to the reward at the end of the day. Yeah, how much money you're going to make, how much money we're going to make at the end of the day. That's why we are here. Okay. Henry said, if my entry time frame is the 5 minute, which time frame would you use for analysis? Look, if the entry is 5 minute, I will again go exactly to what I did with the DAX. I go on the daily chart. I see the previous day price action. I see the market structure. If I identified something like a support resistance, and then to put the nearest support and resistance as I do it, you see here, and see the previous day candles. And if it's a nice reversal, let's say candle, like this bearish engulfing at, let's say, this resistance, then I will also check the 4-hour chart just to see if there are any other support or resistance that I missed, because they are not very obvious on the daily, and it was this one here and this one here on the 4-hour chart. I just put them, You don't go to put support and resistance down there or down here. No need. Down up there. You just put the recent one close to the price action, the current price, because then you just fill up your chart with lines and bunch of lines, very, very confused. And then you go down to your 5-minute time frame and you just decide how you're going to play the trade. And you either find your trend or what type of strategy do you use. All right, guys, I think that's all from me today. For those who participate from the Zoom, I will really appreciate to start leaving some feedback at the end, and let's say what you like, what you don't like, because it's going to help me. It's going to help me a lot to improve the sessions by knowing what you like and what you don't like of the webinar. Okay. And for those who participate on the YouTube, you can leave comments. Also, pretty much everyone here has my email address. You can send me email if you need if you have question or whatever. So I'm more than happy to help you. In the meantime, myself and Admirals would like to wish everyone to have a fantastic day ahead. And I look forward to see you tomorrow at the